So probably why are optics
Yes.
so key for cinematographers? Probably tell that to our
And
audience.
in Cannes, for the moment, it is the only prize for the DPs, for the director of photography. That is to say, this prize is very specific for the people, the technician of the picture.
And we have had the pleasure to welcome here in Saint-Héran, near Saint-Étienne, Ed Lachman, which has been rewarded this year in Cannes by Angenieux. And I think we can say that he has been very impressed by all the technologies we are handling here in Saint-Héran to design and manufacture our cinema zoom lenses. Maybe we can go to the point, which is why the optics are so important for the cinematographers. And what we can say is that optics for cinematographers are like brushes for painters. From the lens come the resolution, the size, the color, the depth of field, and the quality at the end of the images. So we can't make movies without images, and we can't make images without optics.
And at the same time, shooting a film is a very complex and expensive process. Hours of hard work for a second of pleasure, as was saying Godard. Keep in mind that the film on the screen is mainly the standalone proof of all energy. At the end of the shooting, what will be on the screen, it is the only proof that we were shooting, and all this money and energy that we spend for the shooting during sometimes 6 months. It is the case of Cyrano, for example, of Cyrano of Bergerac. In fact, all this money and this energy will be on the screen and only on the screen. The rest disappear. Sometimes we lose the actors, they die. I mean, we have no more sets. So about the quality level and the mind of the film, these tools, of course, are one of the main points of the aesthetic of the film.
Okay, thank you, Jean-Yves. The other point is very often people are asking them why the Angenieux zoom are so specific, and the answer is that we are thinking, designing and manufacturing zoom lenses for cinema since 80 years here in Saint-Héran. And we can say that our zoom lenses are very well known for the aesthetic point of the picture, and also the reliability, the fiability of the lens. And we have been rewarded many times for that.
And at the same time, the quality level of the pictures on the screen for a good reproduction, the ergonomics, the ratios, the weight, the size, the full open stop are not only the production value of a zoom lens. It is specific in contrast, in color, and a major contributor to the aesthetic of the picture. Each shot has its own requirements. But the sequence aesthetically is a wall. Optimo, it's a system of different lenses aesthetically fully matching. It is called the continuity. It's the main important thing. We are not shooting a film with only one lens. In fact, every shot can be involved in the shooting of a sequence. We have 2 contracts. One contract, it is the reproduction, the quality of the reproduction. I mean, the viewer must feel comfortable with the picture on the screen. And by the way, because of the light, because of the story, the lens is a major vector in the aesthetic of the film. Contrast, color, and the ergonomy, of course. I mean, to be unheld or to be on a dolly, it is not. It doesn't need the same plus from the lens. That's why a film, it's a system. it's a different size, different ratio, but anyway, the aesthetic of all these lenses are very similar because of the continuity of the film.
Okay, thank you, Jean-Yves. Maybe in few words, the latest development and the future for the cinema and for our product line. So, designing and manufacturing zoom lenses is very long time, is very complicated, and takes a long time to develop. It takes a long time to develop a new zoom lens. And Angenieux has always proved its capacity to imagine and innovate along his story. And a few words about what we are doing now. We recently developed a very innovative concept, which is the IRO technology, which means interchangeable rear optics. And the idea is to give more added value to our customers, which are rental houses, and to the customers at the end, which may have several lenses, which only one lens. The fact is that we are able to change the rear of the lens in order to adapt or to match the lens with different sensors. For example, we have developed a 10-time anamorphic lens, and with this IRO technology, we can change the rear and then have a 10-time spherical lens. And recently, we have developed this very new lens, and which can match with different sensor size. So this is the main idea of the new developments dedicated for digital cameras.
Some lens for different formats with different systems, spherical or anamorphic, and small size, bigger ratio. Again, all these lenses must match, because one of the game of the DP is to make the viewer forget that we are shooting.